A huge explosion now raining debris on all of us.
World Health Organization officially declares the outbreak a pandemic.
This is not just a revolution. This is the resolution. Reverse history.
We're addicted to our own limitations. We're only feeding in the lower vibration. Wandering the static of distorted frequency, oscillating currents of erratic energy. Rise a little higher to correct this cosmology. Escape the boundary of temporal odyssey. Liberate yourself from this material fantasy. Far away this knowledge.
What in the world are we watching? An Austin Powers Scamdemic reboot?
Right, let me show you, baby. That ain't no woman. It's a man.
What's so wrong with that happy sensation, that sense of utter elation? What's so bad about feeling good?
What's so bad about feeling good? Indeed. You would be forgiven for suggesting this is a 1968 romantic comedy starring beloved TV and movie actors. This is both how Universal Pictures marketed the film and the moviegoers of the time consciously perceived their cinematic offering. But this film is, in fact, a definitive, hardcore example of intergenerational, international psychological warfare. We'll be deconstructing and deciphering all relevant scenes in this and many future episodes, which, when correlated with future events and those responsible, will rigorously define a long-range strategy embodied in the film to implant a metaculture, a simulation overlaid upon the mass consciousness which seeks to dominate all who remain oblivious to these subtle yet relentlessly powerful overarching psychological manipulations. From another supreme example of social engineering in film form, we begin to examine our captive plight in the immortal words of a timeless movie hero, Morpheus, an apropos namesake of the Greek god of dreams from 1999's The Matrix.
Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. It is this feeling that has brought you to me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The Matrix.
Do you want to know what it is?
At the time I saw this movie in the theater upon its initial run, I was shocked that the powers that shouldn't be actually released this extraordinary allegory of slavery to the public, given its in-your-face definition of our real-world control systems. Such is the nature of today's perfectly controlled, earth-wide mainstream media mind control syndicate, an ideal example of truth hidden in plain sight.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
the lords of the construct of the masses mental framework, commonly referred to today as the Matrix, precisely due to this movie's impact on pop culture and its dead-on metaphor for the control system, love integrating truth into fiction while simultaneously producing psyop propaganda news, devoid of reality and replete with made-up events that solely serve their Hegelian dialectic of creating both problems and reactions in the public, then efficiently herding it into their synthesized, preordained solutions. Their never-ending chicanery is continuously waged against naive, indoctrinated souls across the earth who never know they implicitly give their lives, energy, trust, and allegiance to the artificially induced authority of psychopaths, liars, and killers.
On my orders, the United States military has begun strikes against Al-Qaeda terrorist training camps and military installations of the Taliban regime in Afghanistan. This legislation is essential not only to pursuing and punishing terrorists, but also preventing more atrocities in the hands of the evil ones. American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger. On my orders, coalition forces have begun striking selected targets of military importance to undermine Saddam Hussein's ability to wage war. These are opening stages of what will be a broad and concerted campaign.
Welcome to the inaugural and introductory episode of Reverse History. My name is Christopher. Together, we are reverse engineering history to fully comprehend our present-day reality in tune with the timeless, resonating wisdom of Ecclesiastes. What has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. We are not only reverse engineering our history, but reversing our path to rise to the heights of our birthrights as free, natural living men and women. There's no way to sugarcoat the challenge I present. We've all been born into a slave system, one in which the slaves are completely unaware of the chains that bind them because they are predominantly mental. A litmus test of this claim is that the slaves will naturally react to it with extreme cognitive dissonance, incredulity, and anger, with zero effort to absorb the facts of their entrapment. All of the same reactions people experience when woken from the warm, deep slumber of a fantastic dream. Reaching conscious comprehension of the one and only mutual reality we all share can only be accomplished by each man and woman who seeks truth and has the courage to open his mind's eye and know the world with his soul's innate, free, uncluttered vision, unimpeded by no other. This effort is not based on the doom and gloom of the present subservient position of our social continuum. Quite the contrary. Every man and woman that frees oneself from the matrix of control becomes, at minimum, more powerful than 100,000 slaves combined. We are the bold and courageous who have taken the very first steps to cast off our chains, free to enjoy the unbounded, conscious, powerful, and loving beings of our extraordinary, earth-wide human family. Once mental freedom has been achieved by the individual, no would-be slave master on earth can deny or annihilate it. From this ultra-strong, rock-solid foundation, I reach out to all free men and women of earth to begin our collaboration of learning and teaching as we consciously build our birthright, our living, breathing community based wholly upon our innate, unbounded love and freedom. Together, we are a hurricane force of nature. A big shout out to Tim Truth, Rob S., and Greg M. for helping make the recording of this first and subsequent episodes possible. Free speech is not free. Censorship is the tool of tyrants. Support hard-hitting, independent media financially by sharing, collaborating, and most importantly, speaking your truth loudly and proudly.
Apparently, he wants to make a statement. Perhaps we'll be fortunate enough to learn the government's strategy in fighting this epidemic.
And I quote, "First, I have asked the World Health Organization of the United Nations to instruct every port of entry in every country to quarantine all passengers from the United States. It is our aim, therefore..." It is our aim, thereby, to prevent this virus from spreading beyond our shores.